Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Sort of a late upload. I was supposed to upload yesterday, but there's some things that came up. Yesterday, I went to my great-grandfather's funeral. He died last Tuesday due to old age. So I had that, and that's kind of what I want to talk about for this video. So at the funeral, I saw a lot of family members and a lot of people who I didn't know. Kind of awkward. I'm half Hispanic, so I'm not visibly white. Everyone there's cracker white and stuff like that, country white, stuff like that. So it was kind of odd me being there, but at the service, it was kind of tough. I didn't really know my great-grandfather all that well. I've only have very few memories of him when I was really, really young. But it really, I got really emotional during it. At the service, it really made me tear up. And this big regret I have is I didn't know him as well. There was a couple of speakers, the sons of them, the sons and daughters, and my mom, she had a couple things to say. When I, very young he was, or in his young age, they said that he was a sort of a scary man to kind of be around. He was, tall, big. He was kind of just like, kind of had to respect him because, he's big. A lot, and then when they're talking up there, they said that near the mid of his life, he, turned to Christ and stuff like that, and he became a better man to his children, to the people, and it really changed him. There was one thing that really like struck me hard. My grandfather, so my great-grandfather, he gave my grandfather a note, and he held on to that note for 30, 40 years or whatever. I think 30 years, about that time. And basically what it said was, he was praying to the Lord, and he was saying, I don't pray for riches, I don't pray for fame, but I pray for my children and my grandchildren to have a good life. And it really struck me, like, really hard, because he could have prayed for anything else. He could have prayed for himself, but he selfishly prayed for everyone else. Prayed for me, all his grandchildren and children, and all that. It really struck me because he selfishly did that. And you guys kind of know I kind of struggle with my own like problems, especially with Christianity and stuff like that. I feel at times I feel I'm too far gone into sin and stuff like that. And reading that note, or hearing that note that he wrote, it really made me tear up, because it's like Jesus Christ, he sacrificed himself for our sins that we can live in heaven with him. And it really tugged on my heartstrings really bad. It and stuff. And at the end of the service, we all got up, saw him. When I saw him, I couldn't help but cry, because the man that I saw when I was young, it was just completely different. He really loved sweets. He really loved food, sweet food, and he was a big man. He, old and kind of hefty, a little porky, but in his casket he was skinny, really skinny. And seeing that, it hurt. Kind of seeing that the memories that I had of him is completely different. And at the funeral, or at the cemetery where he's being laid into the ground, it really hurt seeing him pass on and get taken by the Lord and live in his kingdom and stuff like that. And so it really hurt kind of seeing that. And when everyone's about to leave and stuff, I hugged my grandma. She loved her family. But when I gave her a hug, I just started bawling. I started crying in her arms, and I told her, I really wished I was able to know him like you guys did. Because the way the man that he turned into, he was, to them, what they told was he was the kindest man in the world. And I regret not trying to get closer to that side of the family. He was loved by all the people, all of the people in the church, because he was a Christian man. And just to see how much everybody loved him, it really hurt me. It really made me get really emotional. On the way to the burial site, I don't know if it's a tradition all around, but I think my mom talked about it in the car. Going to the burial site, seeing people pull over and have their flat, their hazard signs kind of flash, it gave me hope. It gave me just, if, I don't know, it just kind of gave me hope of the future. Kind of seeing how like, this world is not bad. It's not gone to shit and stuff like that. Um, it, it it gave me hope, really. And I talked about this before, but I have a sort of a fear of when I do die. Like I'm afraid of being alone. So seeing that, seeing all the people who, how much people loved him. He was a father to many. He was a grandfather to many, and he was just a good man. And it hurts to know that I barely tried to know him. The only times I ever really saw him was a little bit before before his wife, my great grandmother died. I'd see him every now and again when I was young, and I'd see him at family gatherings, like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And I just, at those times, I just give him a hug and say that I loved him, but I barely knew him, and it hurt, kind of not being able to just remember him more. The only memories I have of him was just as a young child. So it sucked. It sucked, but I just felt really bad. I'm sorry for the short video, but I knew I had to post a video, or I had a video I had to post. It's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, I really appreciate y'all listening to me talk, me open up. Really appreciate it. I'm not sure when I'm going to post another video. Hopefully soon, but who knows. But I really appreciate it. Thank you.